Hello, Casanova and Romeo. Yes, I have to say Casanova's name first this time because you were the first thing I saw this morning. Not last night, but this morning. So, haven't seen a picture of Romeo in a while, but I saw a picture of you, Cass, and it put a smile on my face, even though it was posted for the world to see, not me particularly. But your smile, your charm is disarming. I have to give you credit, boy. You are a very cute little baby. You got this charismatic smile. It's just ting. I don't have it. I wish I did. You have my eyes. You have the charm in my eyes, but I think you got someone else's smile. Unfortunately, maybe the Uber man. I don't know. I'm just joking. It's a bad joke we have going on right now. Anyways, yeah, every once in a while I decided, give you the props first. So even though the word in this one is gonna be Casanova and Romeo, woo! But I'll go back to regular after a while. Remember, it's not particular order that really matters in the long term. I had to say you guys in the order that you came to me. That's why it's ARK time. ARK. Athena, Romeo, Casanova. I don't play favorites. You're all my kids. Um, but anyways, sometimes when you're bored, there are board games. And that doesn't mean like you played something boring on purpose. No, I'm talking about board games. Games are on paper, which wow, funny now I think about it. When you guys are old enough to watch this, you probably be like, "What were those?" Because when I was a kid, we okay. Well, let me phrase that. When I was a kid, they had this, and it was near the end of his life cycle. Ball and cup, where you literally had a stick with a little cup on top, and there's a ball that would fit into the little cup, but it's connected to a string, and so you had to swing it and swing it around and hope you get the ball into the cup. And that was actually considered like a great toy, I guess, for my parents, your grandparents. And then they had paddleball, which was actually similar. It was a ball connected to a string, but it had a paddle, like a ping pong paddle, and you dong 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 hit it back and forth to yourself. And I mean, the ball couldn't go nowhere, so I don't see how much of a challenge it was. I mean, unless you're like five, it probably wasn't really much of a challenge, but it was entertaining. Dong 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 dong. And but now everything's electronic, so when I say board games, if I say Monopoly, you probably already played Monopoly, but it's been on a computer. It probably wasn't the actual board game. It's probably on your phone or on a video game system or something. So, but I'm just gonna talk about a few board games that Daddy played, that Daddy liked, and the ones that Daddy didn't really care for. Um, my first one that I got to play when I was a kid, I think almost everybody's first board games is Shoots and Letters or Candyland. Now, I still have fond memories of Candyland. It was a colorful board, very short little maze. Well, I guess path, I guess you say. There's like four different colors, I think. If I'm wrong on any of this, forgive me, boys. It's been like 40 years since I played Candyland, but it was a colorful little path you had to go down to get to the end. And you flip over the card. There's a stack of cards. You flip it over, and whatever color was on the card is where you can move your piece to next. And so you're trying to get to Candyland. And there's gumdrops. I don't know exactly what those did. Maybe those you go twice. I can't remember. But there's gumdrops and a candy slide, I think, or something like that. Anyways, your object goal is get to the end of the board. And Candyland, it's just, even though I can't remember how I played, it just seemed like it was so much fun because all the colors and candy. Hello, after that, I remember playing Shoots and Letters. Oh, that game it was fun game, but it was annoying. Hold on a second. The reason why it was annoying, and fun is it was just like the same concept where you're going around the maze, and I think you rolled dice, and then if you landed on the bottom part, like it would have these, like try to imagine it's kind of hard, but so imagine this big old, path, and then there'll be some spots that connected by slides, and some spots connected by ladders. If you landed on the bottom part of a ladder, you can slide your character up to the yellow playing piece to the next spot. But if you landed on the top of a slide, you would slide back down to the next spot. So getting to the end was luck, But a lot of times you get to the top and be like two slides there, and you're like, ah, three, four, no, he slide all the way back. And so it was a fun game. Whoever came with it was brilliant. Simple concept, but it was a fun game. Then we had Connect Four really isn't a board game because it's not board flat, but it's like checkers, virtual three or not. What do we call them? Horizontal checkers or vertical checkers, I guess. Anyways, it was like this. It was a square piece, and you drop your checkers in the top, and you try to get four in a row. You try to stop your friends from getting four in a row by dropping pieces in the way. So it's like tic tac toe, but you needed four in a row. That was fun. I used to love playing that because you had to think a couple turns ahead sometimes. Um, it was fun. Those were my early board games. Later came the most difficult, challenging, mentally challenging game. Um, Not because it was hard to play, because it was hard to play with people is the problem. Because some people, boys, as you get older, I'm hoping when you get this gift slash curse from me, I think two, three steps ahead. So sometimes I seem to talk fast because I'm already past that sentence. I'm already two sentences past there. And same thing when I play games. So this game was hard because a lot of people play slow, and I'm already thinking what I'm gonna do after your turn and your next turn and their next turn and their next turn, and you're going, I rolled a six. And you count it out. I know on this board it's 10 spaces between the next exact thing. So if you roll a 10 and you're on this, I know you're there. But a lot of people don't catch that. So they'll be like, one, two, three. I'm like, just move there. That's what six says. Yeah. So, and that was one part of the reason why the game's special. And people play slow mostly. And you can get to a spot where it's just the game's almost locked. And you have to start some in-game bartering, which, and I know you're saying, wait, did I miss Dad saying the name of the game? No, he didn't. I didn't say it yet because when I say this game, it was like, oh, I like this. No, I want you to understand the frustrations of this game before I say the name. And so like I said, there's just a lot of things that made it frustrating. Like I said, the board can eventually get locked. You have to barter each other, and some people go real slow. Some people can't count that well. It was really frustrating playing with other people. And that game is Monopoly because when you play it the first few times, oh, it's fun, it's entertaining. But there is nothing worse than a 4 or 5 hour Monopoly game. Oh, no. I can't sit there for 4 or 5, 6 hours playing one game. But so overall, the concepts, the different boards, the different ways they made it over the years. I mean, literally anything can be made themed. Anything can be tossed on top of the Monopoly board now. It seems. I've seen them from my. I went to Washington State University. There's Cougopoly for cougars. You know what I mean? It's like you name it. I mean, there's a Shermanopoly. We're in the city of Sherman now. There's Shermanopoly. I mean, it's just you name it, it's done. It's been done. Saw the movie probably has Monopoly. I wouldn't be surprised. Everything. So that's one of my worst games to play all the time because I refuse to play it now. It's too long and tedious. Um, I liked Life, the game of Life. It's always been interesting to me because you get to go to college in it or not go to college. You can have kids and not have kids, and at the end you add all your um, accumulated wealth and see who wins. And so that's kind of like real life, I mean, people measure you by your success that they can measure, not by success that you can't measure. Like if I feel I was a great father and raised you guys to be successful people, um, my success to people outside of us isn't measured by that. I mean, one you can go off to become an NBA player, one can go off to become a doctor, and I'm not measured by your guys' success, even though I helped raise kids who became what statistics say it's in probability. I'm still not measured by that. I'm measured by what I have in the end. So if I have a big house, a big car, you know, if I had 8 kids, then that's probably more impressive than two. It's weird how we measure success in individuals. You guys would consider seeing successful, And they would say to you, you must have great parenting, and family values and blah 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 upbringing. They'll bring all that up for you guys, but rarely does it focus on me. So like say Monopoly or not Life doesn't talk about that. They talk about your house, your car, all that stuff, how many kids you have. So it's just weird. But anyways, I love that game. It's always fun. And there's new versions of it where you actually use credit cards and stuff. That's kind of cool. Let's see. I like Parcheesi, but I can't remember how to play it. I used to love backgammon. Don't remember how to play it either. I remember I used to play it all the time though back in the day. Checkers got boring fast. So did Chinese checkers. Um, I still was good at it, still liked it, but just wasn't really something I wanted to bring new friends into playing. Um, just so you guys know, I've actually created a couple board games. Um, when you guys are older, hopefully they're out there on the market and you can play them. Um, I'm not gonna talk about them right now because I don't technically even have names for them because they're still beta stage, I guess you'd say, testing stage. Um, but one's based on every game is based off the series of books, but one specifically is based off the Tomb game. Um, and it's kind of cool. You just try to find treasures and you match them up with the hunters, and they have different skills. And it's an interesting, simple game. I mean, you only know pieces except for it comes with the character cards, the treasure and trap cards, and life tokens, and the board. So it's pretty straightforward. You guys can do it, and you guys will play it if you're here. And even if it's not out, I'll still build them for you guys because that's kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie. That's reminds me, takes me to the next game. The game Sorry. It's a fun little game where you try to go around the board and get your people from point A to point B, but you have four little tokens. Everybody has four, and they're the same color. And you're trying to get from pretty much A to B, from start to home where it's safe. And once you're in the home stretch, you're safe. There's weird card where it could be like move 3 spaces forward or 2 spaces back. Just all these different things. And what's funny is we like the game so much as a house that we actually created sorry Savage or Savage Sorry was I forgot what word, but we had created our own rules and called it Savage rules, and so we added extra cards to the game and we printed them out and all. And again, like I said, I still don't know how we are where we are right now because we had fun. We used to play game night. And that game was one of the games that we tossed a rotation, but when we moved down here, we couldn't find some of the stuff. And when we finally found it, um, unfortunately, we live in a pretty bad apartment at the time, roach infested. It was nasty. And again, that's why I don't know how where we are right now because we eliminated that problem. And I'm gonna call it what it is. I eliminated that problem. As a child, we had roaches, different places we lived in. I knew techniques to get rid of them, and one of them is seal all your boxes when you move and keep them sealed. Don't bring them in the house. Keep them in the garage, short space, something like that. Let them bad boys die off out there. Let them travel out to find food somewhere else. Don't let them in your house. And there's a lot of work to get it done, and we bust our humps um, as a collective to get it done, and we did get it done. And somehow people still aren't happy. I don't understand it, but we are roach free here, and I'm happy to say that. And well, as roach free as you can be in Texas, because I've literally been to convenience stores where I see roaches crawling on the ground, not inside the store, but by the gas pumps and stuff, and crawling around. I'm like, that's just nasty. In Washington, we don't have roaches everywhere, but here it's just like I don't get it. I mean, I don't know why there's so many roaches. Maybe the heat. I don't know, but so even now, like every I say we don't have them because trust me, at the other house, this gonna sound really gross, boys, but at the apartment we lived at, one day I think we killed over 100 because I finally got fed up with seeing them everywhere and decided to take personal attack on them and try to kill as many as I could. And I think we killed 30 within the first hour and 100 over the day. And I think we killed before we moved out. We probably killed at least 1,000 in a week. It was ridiculous how bad. And the funny thing is, it wasn't about how bad we were living as much as the landlord, the property people who own the property, these apartments. They're pretty stupid. I call it what it is. Okay, Daddy don't mix words with certain things. And to me, if you have a unit here, and a third unit here, you don't spray these two units without spraying the middle. You spray these two outside ones, the roaches run in the middle. And that's what pretty much happened was we when we lived there first, it was maybe, 3 or 4 a day. Most it got to was like maybe 10 a day. But then these people moved out. These people underneath us moved out. And then these people ended up moving out. And each time they sprayed each of their units so the roaches ran to where there was hot food, hot bodies, water source, not contaminated water source. And they never sprayed ours, even though we went down there and asked to be sprayed on 2 different occasions in a year, and it was part of our rent. They never actually came and did it. And so the only reason they sprayed those units was because people were moving out and they wanted people to move in. So when people moved to go inspect the place, then you first do your walk around. Hey, this is a nice place. I wouldn't want to live in here. You don't see 85 roaches crawling everywhere. And it was just ridiculous. But anyways, like I said, we're here. We're roach free pretty much here. I see maybe one a week, if that, maybe two a week. And I even asked, how's that even, we done everything we could here. And someone told me they come up through the pipes, through the drains. And I'm just like, wow. So I never had that problem in Washington. Anyways, back to the board games. Um, Board games are a great way to kill time, great way to hang out with friends. Their only problem is we had to slow down a lot of the board games because you guys, specifically, Athena and Romeo, you guys are board game killers. Board game killer. You guys, if we left the board game on the table and within your reach, you try to play with it, and your hand-eye coordination ain't great, so you'll reach for a piece and knock the whole board off the table, or you kick your feet because you don't know what you're doing and you kick the board off the table, or you kick the table and the board shifts and it was money slides here, pieces slide there, and never trying to figure out where they were last. So after a while, there's got to be a point where you realize it's futile to continue to keep trying to play with kids in the room. You can't get mad at you guys because you're kids, you're babies. You don't even know what you're doing, and it's pointless to keep walking into a wall when you can just stop. you know, Stop walking. You don't walk into the wall no more. And that's pretty much what it felt like. It was like we tried to play the games, and you guys walk across the building. If we play on the floor, you walk across the board. Play on the table, you kick the table, or grab the table, or grab the skirt of the table. Just whatever. You guys. Oh, I miss you guys so much. You guys made every day entertaining. That's the one thing I learned for myself is I have so much more patience with babies and kids than I ever thought. Um, Not that I thought I wouldn't or would have it. It's just I see other people who growing up see people now that just struggle with accepting kids are kids and they're babies, and you guys are just awesome. I mean, I know when you guys pull the pieces off the board, I tell you what, I laugh. I don't get mad. If I get mad, I get mad at the adults for leaving it out for you to grab it. But you don't know no better. That's what you're supposed to do. How you gonna know pulling on this is gonna make the whole thing fall if you don't pull on it? I mean, I know it. I've been there. I've seen you do it. Okay, but you're still trying to remember how to walk. You're still trying to remember how to talk, to drink your bottles, whatever. You're still trying to get those things down here. And now it's, ooh, shiny, yeah. you know? So, I miss you guys. But anyways, board games, play them with your friends if you get a chance. Collect them. I am still a strong believer that paper will be very valuable by the time you guys are adults. Where like people paying good money, like maybe not gold money, but maybe copper and silver money, because it's gonna go the way of the dodo. It's gonna be extinct pretty soon. We're gonna be living in these high tech buildings and everything's electronics, So the Matrix. Anyways, avoid the blue pill, I think it is, or take the blue pill, red pill. I don't know. I've never could get into those movies. Um, Terminator, all of them were based on a future where, yeah, we were too lazy to let the robots take over. Anyways, love you guys. Hope you weren't too bored listening to this video and watching this video. I will talk to you later. Gotta go to work. Bye, boys.